Hey everyone, welcome to our second major product update in 2025 for Nutrient Workflow. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. I'm Bradley Hearn with the product marketing team here at Nutrient, and I'll be your host today. And joining me also with the product marketing team is Greg Ives, who will be walking you through all the exciting new updates that we've been working on.
Awesome. Thanks, Bradley. Always a pleasure to join you.
You as well. Okay, on to the agenda. So first, I want to spend a minute or two just discussing why we're here today, which is the mission that drives everything that we build for you guys. And as you'll see today, we are truly building something unique within the industry. Next, we'll run through what you're all here for, the latest bundle of product updates that we've been hinting at. And at the end, for those that might be less familiar with us, with Nutrient, we'll wrap up with a quick word about our company and our mission. All right, so let's get to it. So, as many of you know, at the beginning of 2024, the company, formerly known as Integrify, officially joined the Nutrient family. At that time, you might have asked yourself, why would a company best known for its document toolkits for developers want to acquire a SaaS platform built for streamlining business processes? Well, it's because that we saw that all the other workflow platforms out there simply treat documents as an afterthought, something to work around or stitch together. But at Nutrient, documents are where we start. Documents have always been and remain our core focus. So from powering the first high-performance mobile PDF viewers to deploying advanced APIs for things like document generation, editing, signing, collaboration, even AI-powered data redaction or extraction. And that's because we understand just how central documents are to real work. Documents sit at the center of every critical business process, from contracts to claims, audits, onboarding. Documents are just still, with all our technology, documents are the foundation of how work gets done. And so that's why we've started sprinkling all this leading document technology into workflow and transformed the Nutrient Workflow platform into a world-class process automation platform for document-heavy and document-centric workflows. Okay, you'll see that everything we've built falls into kind of three distinct pillars or buckets. First, as I mentioned, we're setting this new industry standard for document-first workflows. We've spent the last 12 years providing developers with the industry's most robust document toolkits and libraries. And then now, as I mentioned, we're bringing that expertise into the world of workflow automation. And then along with that expertise and technology, we're also showing our customers what's possible when you embed powerful AI capabilities directly into your daily workflows. Embed them in. Don't just add and not just bolting them on. And so you'll see a couple examples of that today. And then finally, if you're an existing customer, you already know that everything that Nutrient builds is intended to meet the demands of compliance-heavy industries where security and auditability are essential to your work and how you operate. So the updates that we're sharing today lean even more into that commitment. And so with that, I will hand it off to Greg to dig into some of those specific new features. Take it away,
Awesome.
Greg.
Thanks, Bradley. Yeah, I appreciate it. So as many of you may remember, back in May, we introduced a new suite of document solutions for workflow. And at that time, we talked about building a foundation, right, for this technology to help businesses like yours level up your operational infrastructure. And when you think about that infrastructure, it's everything that goes into supporting business processes. It relies on the ability to create, edit, share, and even archive documents, whether it's a contract that needs approving, an invoice that needs to be paid, or a purchase request that needs to be reviewed. We want to make sure that you have the most effective tools in place to get work done. So that brings us to today, where you'll see that we've continued to build on that foundation that we discussed. And this first update is already proving to be a game changer for users. We are pleased to introduce our latest premium components workflow, document signing. Now, we all know how painful it can be to wrangle internal and external parties to get sign off or approval, especially when it means exporting files to third-party tools or chasing down approvals over email. I've even talked to customers who are still passing around and signing manila folders. Sorry if I just tech shamed a few of you on the call today. But with this release of document signing, Nutrient lets you request, collect, and verify signatures directly inside your workflow. That includes support for both electronic and digital signatures. Now, for those of you wondering, like, well, what's the difference? Well, digital signatures are a specific encrypted form of electronic signatures that uses cryptographic algorithms to verify the signer's identity and ensure document integrity. In other words, digital signatures can be validated so you know that the document was signed by a real person and not changed or altered afterwards. There are even courts around the world that require this level of verification for a signature to be legally binding. So with this release, you can now easily configure the order in which a document is signed. You can add expiration rules, and you can even verify signer identity through multi-factor email authentication. And to ensure your approvals never fall through the cracks again, we've also included automated reminders and a smart routing system that can be integrated directly into your processes. Whether you're collecting internal approvals or finalizing legally binding contracts, signing is now a native part of your workflow, not a separate system. That means no more plugins, no downloads, and definitely no third-party tools necessary. This is truly one of those products that you need to see for yourself. So that's why we've created a brief demo video that lives on our website. I'd invite you to check it out afterwards. You can visit nutrient.io, click on the workflow tab at the very top, and then under the product dropdown, you can watch the in-depth video and see firsthand just how powerful this new functionality really is. All right, so changing gears. Back in May, we announced the first iteration of AI data extraction, which uses an LLM of your choosing to automatically extract and populate key data from PDFs and other formats directly into your forms. In other words, no more copying, no more pasting, just seamless automated form filling. But that was just the beginning. With Nutrient's updated AI data extraction task type, we're able to provide users with true intelligent document processing, or what the industry calls IDP. That means that you can now process multiple documents in one go and let AI do the heavy lifting. Simply upload your files, whether they're invoices, contracts, or scanned forms, and within seconds, you're able to analyze and extract document data, including unstructured inputs, to auto-populate your workflow forms. You define the prompt once, map the outputs, and the system handles the rest, extracting across formats, chaining logic, and deploying in volume without any hand coding. AI data extraction has a potential to be a huge time saver for teams. Plus, by using the automated prompt-based extraction, you minimize the need for oversight and reduce the chances of manual errors that tend to arise from extended copying and pasting into forms. And with the most recent updates, operating at scale is now table stakes. In addition to the sheer number of documents that you can process at the same time, you're also able to easily extract data across formats and file types. That includes working with PDFs, mixed document sets, and even unstructured inputs like scans, all without the rigid templates. All right, so speaking of better ways to manage data, forms also sometimes need to be pulled from internal systems, right? The data that you're pulling into your forms, stuff like a list of approvers or purchase orders that are open, or even customer IDs, that needs to be done securely. But that also has typically required custom middleware or JavaScript hacks. Our new RESTful data element makes it easy to fetch live data into forms via a server-side API call with full control over how and when those calls are triggered. That means being able to trigger data fetches based on user input or logic and populating fields or form elements with live values, all in real time. You can now connect to databases, internal services, or third-party APIs, and use the results to populate dropdowns, pre-fill values, or drive logic. Not only does this help accelerate development, it ensures that you're using the most accurate and up-to-date values. To learn more about our RESTful data element, please be sure to reach out to your representative or feel free to reach or even just email us after the webinar directly. We are happy to help you get started. All right, moving on. Now, we're also excited to announce that we recently redesigned our dashboard user experience. With an upgraded layout engine, real-time widget editing, and responsive behavior across devices, it's easier than ever to monitor workflows, surface insights, and even take action. Whether you're managing process performance or tracking individual approvals, your dashboard now works the way that your team does, in real time and on any screen or device type. It's now easier to customize widget layout. You can now monitor workflow activity in real time and customize the view to your individual teams, departments, or process owners. If you haven't already experienced the new dashboard for yourself, we invite you to try it out. Feel free to reach out to your customer success manager if you have any questions or need help setting it up. All right. We're also pleased to announce that we've given users enterprise-grade access control with our enhanced support for single sign-on. With SSO, admins can enforce consistent ID policies, streamline onboarding, and reduce the risk of credential sprawl. For users, it means one less login to remember and more than one way to stay secure without slowing down. All right, so speaking of work not slowing down, it certainly doesn't stop while you're away from your desk, especially when it comes to something like approvals. That's why we're excited to announce that the Nutrient Workflow mobile companion app is out of public preview and now available for all iOS and Android users. Users can now receive push notifications, view requests, and approve tasks from iOS and Android devices with the same visibility into request details, status, and even attachments as they have on their desktop. Whether you're reviewing contracts in the field, approving purchase requests between meetings, or just keeping tabs on in-flight workflows, the mobile companion app helps you stay responsive without compromising control. The app allows you to approve time-sensitive requests from anywhere, respond faster with real-time alerts, and stay on top of those mission-critical processes, all while on the go. To experience the app for yourself, simply download it from your app store and log in using your credentials or via your organization's SSO.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Lots of really cool updates. I'm pumped that the mobile app is finally available for everybody. It's great.
Absolutely.
And so while that wraps up our product updates for today, you and I both know that there are some really cool things in the pipeline, and I can't wait to share them with people in the coming months. But I know that we have a lot of workflow customers attending. And so for those of you who'd like to learn more about these new components that Greg just went over, please be sure to reach out to your customer success representative, or if you're not already a customer, just fill out the contact sales form at the top of the website, and someone will be glad to walk you through some examples and use cases of each of these. Before we log off, I want to close out just a few slides to introduce you to the full scope of Nutrient's product offerings. At Nutrient, we are on a mission to evolve how humans experience and interact with documents. With an unrivaled breadth of document solutions, from, as I mentioned earlier, our industry-leading SDKs to our cloud-based document web services, our APIs, to our marketplace integrations with systems that you already use like M365 and Salesforce. And then obviously our workflow automation platform, which you're all familiar with and we're talking about today. But Nutrient meets teams wherever and however they build and provides everything that you need to build faster, smarter document workflows. We think of them as building blocks. Just like nutrients are the building blocks of nature, we provide you with the building blocks to create seamless, secure, and scalable document ecosystems. And we take pride in simplifying the complexity of today's digital document challenges with speed, with savings, and with security. But also, more importantly, we take pride in being your partner for tomorrow's document innovations. Here at Nutrient, we are thrilled to be building the future of document experiences right alongside you. Okay, and so with that, I want to thank you for joining today's presentation and spending time with us today. We hope you found these updates informative. Either way, we'd love to hear from you, whether that is reaching out to our customer success team or our sales team, or by trying the products for yourselves by visiting our website at nutrient.io. There are demos, trials, free templates, and more that are just ready for you to use. And also there are videos on YouTube as well. So on behalf of Greg and the entire Nutrient team, thank you again for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks everyone.